Okay, so now we're gonna work on extensions, and we're gonna cover a lot of the things that people don't really talk about in extensions, especially with implementing protocols. So, um, let's go ahead and let's do it. Um, I'm gonna go through an example of an extension and how it works. So, say I have var or let's cares to process. Just say for whatever reason we have a string. About okay. Um, for whatever reason in the string, we got to take the numbers out and add them up, right? But this is a string. How do you do that, right? Well, instead of creating a function and sending this out, sending this as input and getting an output, we can create an extension to where the string has its own method that does this for you, right? Go ahead and let's do this. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say this extension, string, um, get numbers and spies. Oh my, it's playing with me, right? Okay. Return 0. That's just a placeholder. And so now, as you notice, I'm here. The cares to process dot and this get numbers and that. See that? Has its own method and it works, right? So let's just do this. Hurry up and do this real quick, lad. So um right. First I need to do is get just get the number characters. Okay. Nums equal self, right? String dot um filter. So returning a string, but only with the nums, right? Stop. So we're comparing this to a string, right? Jesus Christ. Jesus. $sign 0 less than or equal. This thing is messing with me. So now I have the nums right here, and yeah. So now nums. Now I need to do is create an array, str array equals nums and break this into an array. Right? And I check this by doing this. See string.element, string.element. And let me go ahead and print this as and in a playground, I can see the outcome right there. So I can see yes. See? Array of nums, right? So now I have to make this into an array of int, right? So let me just do this. I'm gonna say compact map. Why? Because I don't want to return a possible nil. And another thing I want you to do, since this is an array of string dot elements right now, you have to cast this into a string and cast it to an int. Okay. Christ, you're killing me. Right? And it should be string, not strength. Jesus. Um, so now I have an array of ints, and now I'm going to reduce, right? 0, this sign 0 plus. That means I'm gonna add all these up, okay? And it should do everything right here. Right, so this is our output, X. And that's why using a playground is good. So and this is the output. You know, 7 plus 8 is what, 15, plus 9 is 24, plus 0 is 24. Okay. And yeah, so as you can see, instead of passing this to a function, this string has a property of, or not property, its own method that adds up all of the integers, everything that be cast to an integer, and adds them up and returns one integer. Okay, that's how you use extensions. Now, I'm gonna go into depth. I'm gonna go into a little more depth. So that's one example of a extension, but sometimes you need extensions that do things like this. Extension. So you're going to need extension on an array of, let's see, let's R1 equal an array of integer, right? We want to get an array of integers, right? We'll do it like this. I'm not gonna, right? Okay, an array of integer. This automatically already casts as a type of integer. If you check here, array of int. I mean, that's how Swift works. So if I want to do an array of integer, I'm going to say extension, selection, where iterator dot elements equals int. Okay. So if I ever had to create an integer, I'll do it like that. Right. So if I func do blah, right? And it returns integer. I'm just going to say 5. This is just placeholder stuff. We'll do more of this as time goes on, right? And so, yeah, R1 dot do blah, right? And it returns 5. So, you can also use an extension where extension, excuse me, sorry, where an extension you can do this where an extension where iterated element is of type string, is of type double, is of type float, CG, whatever's in your array. This designates the element type that is in your array, right? So we can do that, and you can even make it a custom object, right? A custom object that you created. All right. So now that we have that, let's also talk about this. Extension, collection, where iterator dot element is comparable. Okay, comparable or equatable or even hashable. Now, I've never used hashable in an extension before, but I am going to, the next video I'm going to do is really, I'm going to explain equatable and comparable in depth, right? And what conforming to those protocols actually means. So, and then you'll have an understanding enough and know when to implement it and when not to implement it. So on to the next.